Hey everyone, it's Nick from Nick's Crossing. Welcome back to the train room for a very interesting review today. So here we go, all aboard. Alright guys, so for today's review we're going to be looking at this beautiful Penn Central 253321 Railsounds car with flat spot. And this thing is just so pretty, I had to have it. And I was starting to research sound cars after a lot of my railroad buddies in the hobby and that have YouTube channels as well. We're starting to pick up these awesome sound cars. I was like, man, if I found one, I'm definitely going to take it. And this one wasn't too expensive. On Lionel's website, it said, like, I think $135 or so. And I found it at Nicholas Smith for $107. Now, this is not the Vision Line car, but this is a standard scale sound car with those hefty flat spot sounds. So it goes down the track, it's like, dug, 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 dug. And it also sounds like the freight load is moving on the inside. And it's just a really fun car. It's fully loaded with all kinds of things. You have dual rollers on the bottom, so you're not losing power with this thing. It is plenty loud. It has a mini Fat Boy speaker in it, which is Lionel's, like almost like a super bass system, but not really. It just sounds very full. Now, according to the shipping box, it is from 2020. So yeah, there's a date right there, 2020. And the other thing is, they're starting to make these in Vietnam. Now, a friend of mine, Sean's Train Depot, he also noticed kind of like a downgrade in the quality from the Vietnamese stuff. And a great example would be he bought this beautiful set of like pacemaker box cars just like this. And the caboose, it was a Vision Line set. The caboose did not have separately applied details, kind of like this 1978 Conrail caboose. Like the chain is one solid piece of plastic. So they're kind of going back to that, and he was slightly concerned. While looking at the instructions, we noticed that the little switches up there, right in there, were not labeled or anything, and they did not work as intended on the instructions. So one of them was supposed to be an on and off, and then also the other was supposed to be like an intensity, so more or less button. They didn't work as intended. Also, we noticed that the trucks have ornamental springs in them. Like, they're real springs, but I know they're very hard to see on camera, but these are not sprung trucks. They are solid cast trucks, very similar to Weaver cars. It's just one cast piece. On top of that, the sounds are a little interesting, so I'll let you guys hear them right now. They may not sound like a flat spot. I think it sounds like something else. All right, guys, so our car has power, so listen to this. So if you guys can hear that, it sounds almost like a chuff. And then on top of that, it has like a clickety-clack. So I just thought that sounded kind of odd. I'm not supposed to sound like a flat spot. There it goes. But it sounds like a train's like moving along really fast, like almost going like, I don't know, like 100 miles an hour or something. So it just seems like a little too much. So the next setting on here, if we pull this off, we can actually set the switches. That is all the way down. We can set one up and one down. So here we go. Now, like I said, one of these buttons is supposed to be an on-off. So check this out. It's like very subtle sounds. And if you stop it instantly, it should have kind of like the load is shifting in there. So I think that's really cool. It's nice and subtle. And then the other one is both the dip switches pointed up. And that's what I have it set in right now. You get a little bit more squeal and a couple of other effects thrown in there. So check this out. So it's kind of like a mix of that first sound and yeah, that's where I have it set. Because I like having the squeal in there and also just, yeah, there you go. And I know it may sound like a lot of sounds at once, but when you have an engine on the tracks with, you know, sounds going, your whistle's blowing, it's just very subtle. So this is where I have my car set. I think it's just perfect right there. And guys, the next setting is one switch up and one switch down. This is the sound you get. It's just aggressive. It's just, I don't know. It just seems like it's too much. But where I like my setting is right here. One up, and the other one is up as well. And it is just, in my opinion, just right. Listen to this. You get a little bit of that squeal in there, the load shifting around. It sounds like the springs are compressing. I just think it sounds just right there. Now, those are the issues I have with these sounds, but there are some other issues I'd like to talk about. Alright guys, and there's one thing I did notice about this car when I was trying to hook it up to a beautiful consist to run around, and this car does not like coupling with anything but like MPC style cars or scale weaver cars. So here's a scale MPC car, couples very nicely, pulls up, but if I hook up this, or try to hook up this awesome K-line scale car, it just does not want to do it. Look at this, just totally rejected, and even that going over top. And then even coupling the car, let's see, pull the tab down, it just does not want to couple. So I did end up making a claim with Lionel's warranty claims department, and they are aware of the trucks. They said I could ship it back, and they'll do all the work, and then ship it right back to me. Alright guys, we'll be running this Penn Central car in just a moment, but I'd like to tell you guys where I like to run this car in the consist. So putting this car in the middle to the end kind of fills in the rest of my cars that are not Railsounds cars. So you hear squeaking here and there, and because of the speaker system and awesome sound card, really just fills in a train nicely. Today we'll be running a full set of scale cars from all kinds of railroads with a Conrail E33. I just thought it fit really nicely, and scale, it's huge. It's like this long, longest engine in the collection. So here we go, everyone, trackside, all aboard. guys, so that's going to conclude this review of my Lionel Penn Central Railsounds Boxcar with flat spot sounds with the mini Fat Boy speaker. It's so weird, it's mini Fat Boy, I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. But this car is so cool, and though those heavy sounds may not be for me, there's so many different settings with this car. I'm sure there's something for everyone. Just be mindful of quality controls. Lionel is making stuff in Vietnam, so God only knows what's going to happen from here on. But this car seems to be working, and the more I run it, the more those couplers start to loosen up and accept other cars. So maybe the Boxcar has to break in, so we'll have to see. But anyways, I had a great time filming this video for you guys. If you're new to the channel, always consider subscribing and make sure to hit that bell for all so you don't miss railfan content, layout updates, and content just like this. Love seeing your guys' comments, and giving the video one of these really helps out the channel. Until next time, everyone, happy railroading. We'll see you next time.